So a couple days ago, I began looking at every single cutscene animation in Ruin with a third-person camera. So if you didn't see last episode, I recommend checking that out because we went through chapters 1 through 3. Today though, we're going to be diving into chapters 4 through 6. So let's go. Alright, so last time, I actually did forget at least one thing, and that was to show the endos killing Cassie. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Now, this is probably about to get teleported upwards because when you're killed by an animatronic while you're in the Vanny mask, it usually forces you to take off the mask. So yeah, just like that, it did actually take Cassie upwards. However, if we take the camera up to the other map, we should be able to see her again. Yeah, right here. But there's what it looks like. It actually looks pretty cool. I like this animation. And it ends with a nice little chomp to the head. Perfect. So today we are doing something a little different. Instead of doing post commentary that was all scripted, I'm going to be trying live commentary because I feel like I might be a little better at it. It's been a while since I've done commentary like this in a video. However, you know, I'm excited for it. Once you've made it to the kitchen and you've powered all the conduits around the area, Chica comes rolling in on this what are these called? These rollers, whatever they're called. And it looks a little something like this from third person. And since we're in third person, we can also take a look at where she goes. There's nothing to see for Cassie, but you could see that Chica just keeps going for a little bit and eventually just disappears after she's no longer needed. Very interesting. What I think is super hilarious is that never do the rollers actually roll. It is purely just black magic, I guess. No, but you would never be able to see that they can't roll because they are pitch black in normal lighting conditions, so there's no reason to actually animate that. When we follow her, we're met with this animation down below of mexes or blue bunny guy, however you want to call him, that looks a little something like this. And he just disappears. Honestly, the whole Chica part of the game has some of the coolest animations. For this next one, we'll take a look at what happens when you do see Chica again, and she ends up activating the cupcake, I guess? I don't really understand it, but, you know, it makes for a cool little animation. So here we go. She starts by sliding in, of course. And then she falls. She doesn't actually make it inside. However, you can't really tell.
Hey!
Then the cupcakes are shoved off. Honestly, very cool looking cutscene in first person, but not the coolest in third person. Never noticed this, but the cupcake apparently keeps staring at you. So no matter where you stand in the room, the eyes follow, which is pretty interesting. I'll say it again and again, but this whole area is full with a lot of cutscenes and things moving. For example, Chica walks around here. That was weird. Why did she do that weird teleport thing? Then she teleports away and gets ready for her to be activated to reach for this cupcake. And then here's that animation of her grabbing the cupcake from behind. It's really funny to see how they animated her missing a couple times. And they even animate her actually chewing on the cupcake, which you would most likely never even notice while playing. I sure as heck didn't. And she keeps going for quite a while, which is so funny. And then she eventually just freezes and the animation keeps looping because you can still see her if you look through there. So it's best to keep her doing something. Here we have the first chase sequence of the game. This is with Chica. When you walk through that doorway, you're turned around and Chica appears right behind you. This is what that looks like. And here's her jump scare as well because apparently it just keeps going. Incredible. Oh, look at that angle, Chica. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Very interesting. She doesn't actually eat anything. In fact, nothing moves at all. Here's Chica's and Cassie's arms out of bounds. I don't know exactly why this is here, but probably the one used for jump scares if I'd have to guess. Hold on, I want to look at that jump scare one more time. Oh wow. Oh wow, that's like so aggressive. That's so funny. Oh. Immediately as you reach the end of the chase, Chica actually grabs you, and so this is what it kind of looks like from another perspective. Chica kind of just teleports in, and then the ceiling just falls on down. Very interesting. And if you're wondering, Chica is just called out, I guess. I almost would have expected her model to just be here, but it looks like they just fully remove it, which is kind of sad. I know this isn't really a part of the gimmick of the video where we're checking out all the animations, but looking at this area with the shadows turned off and the lighting turned off is really cool in my opinion. I don't know why. I never realized that there was a giant Freddy down here. Here's a little zoom out of it. It's actually really cool. As you can see in the corner over there, apparently Mexes is always loaded in. Very interesting. Pretty nice looking guy, eh? Very nice guy. I love blue bunny dude. And now we're making our way to Roxy Raceway, which actually has a ton of cool animations that I want to take a look at. Specifically, of course, this one right here. So when you enter the beauty salon, you notice that Roxy is here crying to herself. Here's what her animation looks like when she hears you. Interestingly, you just see Cassie's arms glide on in, but of course, you know, there doesn't have to be a body. And after she's no longer able to be seen, she keeps repeating the same animation, which is interesting. I'm surprised she doesn't just disappear. Oh, never mind, I lied. She actually just freezes after a little bit, and her feet slightly clip through the floor. Oh, okay, I stand corrected, she disappears again. Just after Gregory's voice line is over. So goofy sometimes. But I love this. When you finally open the door, she starts running away. Just a cool little walking cycle until she eventually just disappears. And she's no longer needed. You cannot see this anymore. There's no reason to have her loaded in. We've made it to Monty time. Let's go. We love the Monty section. I love Monty swimming. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts because, you know, he's an alligator. This is probably one of the coolest little things that Stillwell could have done, in my opinion. But after climbing the world's longest ladder down, you find out that Monty's down here with you. I actually don't know where he is. There he is. Okay, he falls from above. He just was taking a lot longer than I was expecting. Look at that. Look at the detail and animations. Actually incredible. He doesn't disappear. Okay, I stand corrected. He actually goes below the floor and then comes back up. But then he's replaced with actual Monty. Here's a close-up of how he looks going under the water. You would never really get a good glimpse of this because the water's not see-through. Ain't that right, buddy? I'm actually shocked how much detail there is in things like the eyes. Because normally in gameplay, you really can barely see him. But every part of him is animated, including the tail. So it's actually really cool. I like this. This animation is actually really cool looking. Just for funsies, I do want to see what it looks like when you die to Monty. I've never actually died to him in this area. It's harder than you might think, so here's what his death animation looks like here. It's almost the same thing, however, you know, he jumps out of the water instead. Very cool. Okay, this isn't supposed to happen. I've ruined the game. Put that on the list of times that Jay has broken something. Right there. Yeah, Monty's broken. Oh, this is hilarious, man. I don't know what I did. I've never seen this before. And here's Monty's death animation. So long as it actually works, because he's in a pretty broken state right now. Okay, so he teleports away from me where he actually is. You can see him swimming in. And then he's electrocuted, and he jumps on out and tries to get you. Poor freaking Monty, struggling for his freaking life. And then he just disappears. Alright, with Monty freaking murdered, and Cassie showing no remorse whatsoever, we've now made it to Chapter 6. Pretty exciting times, of course, because this is where we get to see Roxy again. I'm going to start Chapter 6 by looking at Roxy's kill animation, so here it is right here. It's interesting, she just throws you to the ground, as most of them have seemed to done to this point, and then just chomps you, I guess. Which I guess the animatronics have been doing a lot of. They just cannot get enough chomps. Here's a close-up of Roxy about to bash the door. I'm actually interested about this because this was actually really hard to get the camera here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. She goes to the animation for a second and she just keeps on walking. She might not actually disappear. I might be learning a new thing about the game. She might go all the way. That's crazy. I am fully mind blown She's just programmed to walk all the way to the next area. That's insane. I would have never expected that. Because normally in Security Breach and Ruin, if a character's off screen, they usually disappear and teleport to the next area. Alrighty, then second from last to the last one, if I can speak English, is going to be this car that, you know, drives straight after you, freaking you the heck out. Shockingly, first thing I notice is the back of some things aren't modeled, specifically these lights. I don't know if it's to save on resources because it's not very much. It's probably just, they just never modeled it. I don't know. But here it is. See, it just drives on in and, well, I died, which I didn't even know you could do. It hits all that and goes like that. I guess we'll be able to get to see it again because I didn't even know you could die to that. Alright, let's teleport Cassie to safety so that I can, so we can actually see what happens to the car afterwards. It revs its engine and then it's like, bam! Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that was a lot more than I was expecting. The entire thing flips? That's actually crazy. But, there's the car afterwards. Very sad. Imagine someone was in there. That would have sucked. Oh my goodness, the lights, they disappear afterwards. That's actually crazy. They're just used for the cutscene to make it scarier. That is actually really cool. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna end it off right here at the end of chapter 6. Believe it or not, we did in fact make it through 3 more. The next video will actually finish the game.
I'm sorry.
Oh, very interesting. I was half expecting the animation to continue, as we've seen it do quite a bit in the past. But nope, she does just freeze the absolute moment that the door shuts. But as I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by Roxy going, error, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, and you want to see more, and even the rest of the game, let me know, I guess. Let me know in the comments. Also, this is like the second time I've done a video like this live commentary. I thought it might be better, maybe a little bit more enjoyable to watch if I gave you live insights rather than having it all scripted. So maybe it was good. Who knows? Let me know, I guess. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a good one, and we'll see you next time as we go to Bonnie Bowl.